And welcome back. It's now time for our cooking segment, and this morning we have Andrea Graham. She is Hy-Vee's registered dietitian here in Kirksville, and she is going to show us how to make a raspberry cobbler, which not only does it look delicious, but it sounds delicious.
And it tastes delicious too, and it's not so bad on your waistline.
Well, that's good.
Yeah, so it's very simple. Just a little bit of mixing and put it in a pan and bake it for 40 minutes and you're done. So we'll go ahead and get started. I already have spelt flour, about 1.5 cups of spelt flour in the bowl here. Now spelt is a whole grain, so it's a great way to sneak some whole grains in on your family.
Okay.
And it's got a really mild taste, so you don't notice it so much. So 1.5 cups of that.
Mix it up, huh?
And I'm gonna go ahead and pour in a few other ingredients here. I just have 1/3 cup of brown sugar.
Okay.
This is some cinnamon, a little bit of baking powder, and some salt. And instead of using any type of butter or lard or anything like that, we're just going to use some unsweetened applesauce.
Which I hear is a great alternative for that. So you're not getting that extra sugar, you know?
Right. So it does have a little bit of natural sugar in it, just from the apples itself, but it's fat-free.
I'm going to put this over here so they can kind of see
you
mix it. Go ahead, you can
Go
start
ahead.
mixing it.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So we're going to stir that all together really well, and it won't come together like a dough, but it will come together kind of as a crumble.
Okay.
So that's going to be the bottom, and while he continues to stir, you're going to have to right around those edges there.
Yeah, you got to mix it all in.
Really get in there.
Together, Troy.
Well, I'm doing my best.
Perfect. So just keep going. I'll go ahead and get Ella started over here. This is going to be our filling. So it's just a bag. It was frozen raspberries. I went ahead and put them in the refrigerator overnight and let them defrost.
Okay.
So you can go ahead and
the whole bag?
The whole bag. So no measuring, just one 12-ounce bag of frozen raspberries.
Okay.
Okay. And then to sweeten them up just a little bit, I have just about 1/4 cup of pure maple syrup.
Okay. Now, is there a difference between, like you just said, pure maple syrup? Is there a difference than
it's
the
just
maple?
a little bit less processed
Than the
so
one we use on pancakes or waffles?
Right.
Okay.
Well, it actually even looks just like that. I mean.
Oh, okay.
Just right here. This is our Hy-Vee Select brand. Okay. And then just to make that a little bit thicker so it doesn't roll or run everywhere, I'm just going to add a little bit more of our flour.
Okay.
Just to thicken it up a little bit.
Smells
and you can
good,
kind of
doesn't it?
just estimate this just based on how watery your filling looks. I'm just going to add a little bit more.
Okay, because like you just said, you don't want it to be all runny.
Right. It can be a little bit watery.
Okay.
You just don't want it to be leaking out everywhere.
All right.
But you're getting that pretty good.
All right. Do you want to... Are you doing a good job over here?
He's doing great.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's pretty easy. So anybody can do it. Just stir it around.
If I can do it, anybody can.
All right, so once you have that all mixed up, that's when we're going to go ahead and put it in the
so
pan.
we're going to put half of it on the bottom layer.
Okay.
Just go ahead and
then
put
just
half of it in there.
spread it out.
Yep, and this part you just kind of use your hands with. This is where you can get your kids involved. But it's easier, just to kind of use your hands. And sprinkle it around. So take about half of it.
Okay.
And you don't even have to put it evenly in the bottom of the pan. It'll spread out as it cooks.
Okay.
Just kind of spread it out a little bit.
All right, and then...
And then we're going to dump the filling on top of it here in just a second.
Okay.
Get it all nice and spread out.
Okay.
So you can see that it's not even completely all covering the bottom of the pan. Just kind of making the basics. And you want to pour that on top.
All of it?
All of it goes in there.
Okay. And then obviously mix it out.
Yep, and then just kind of spread it over the top of your crust. Make sure every part of it's going to have some good berries on there.
Okay. And then you put the rest of...
And the rest of it we're just going to take again, and like I said, I like to use my hands because you can kind of crumble it a little bit better.
Okay.
And just kind of blop it over the rest of
And then you stick it into the oven for how long?
It's going to be about 40 minutes at 350 degrees.
Okay.
If it still looks a little watery, whenever you open up the oven, just pop it in for a few more minutes until it looks like it's nice and firm.
All right.
So pretty easy.
Perfect. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put this in the oven, and when we come back, we'll show off the final product, and of course, my favorite part, try it.
That's right.
All right. And if you're just joining us, we are in our makeshift kitchen, and we're here with Andrea Graham. She is Hy-Vee's registered dietitian, and she showed us how to make a sweet treat just in time for Valentine's Day, but it won't add on the extra pounds to your waistline. We have a raspberry cobbler. So really quickly, just recap the ingredients, because it's very easy to make.
Right, so the main ingredients here are going to be your spelt flour, which again is a whole grain, so you're going to get fiber in there. Unsweetened applesauce in place of any butter that you might use in regular cobbler. Some cinnamon, and little maple syrup and raspberries. So those are the basics.
All right, and then you bake it in the oven for about 40 or so minutes.
40 minutes, 350.
Okay, and you can eat it like this. And you said the nice thing about this is you can cut them into bars.
Yeah, so it actually firms up enough where you can just cut it, eat it as a bar, so it's nice. You can take it to go, eat it in the car, quick and
Or
easy.
what you did at home was add some vanilla sugar or vanilla ice cream to it.
That may not be the healthiest alternative, but I am guilty of adding a little vanilla ice cream
Yes,
to mine.
I've got my eye on this one. And you said berries are in season, so now's the time to do it.
That's right. You can use fresh berries right now.
Those are perfect.
Aren't they great? And they're good hot or cold. So
I think I like them cold.
Oh,
it
cool.
is really
really
good.
good.
But if you're going to add the ice cream, hot's the way to go.
All right. Well, thank you so much. What we'll do is we'll post the recipe on our website at heartlineconnection.com. We hope you have a fabulous weekend, and we'll see you right back here Monday morning at 5:30 a.m.